Gus, you want to show something.
You got to.
You got to show something. 42 points a game they've given up over the last 8. It is time for game time. Let's get it over to the guys calling the game. Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt. We will see you back here at the half. Enjoy, everybody.
The 2023 Holiday Bowl in San Diego is sponsored by DirecTV. And welcome to Petco Park, home of the San Diego Padres. But tonight, it's home to college football as Louisville out of the ACC prepares to take on USC out of the Pac-12. Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson along with my quarterback, Joel Klatt. And welcome to the Holiday Bowl, folks. USC, well, they started off hot but tailed off at the end of the season, and now they have to make the transition without Heisman Trophy winning quarterback Caleb Williams. As for Louisville, this team under Jeff Brom in his first year, 10 wins, and now they'll try to cap it off with a Holiday Bowl victory.
It was a tremendous year in his first year. In a lot of ways, it was because of his quarterback. You know, Jack Plummer, he threw for 3,000 yards and was really good for Louisville. Now, they were more of a run-oriented team, but his efficiency at the quarterback position and his leadership coming in as a transfer was a big reason for their successful year, ending in that ACC championship game. Now, on the opposite side, you talked about it, partner. Moving on from Caleb Williams, what is it going to look like? That's what every Trojan fan wants to know, and the first crack at it goes to Miller Moss. He's waited his turn, highly recruited player. They feel like he's going to play well tonight, and these 60 minutes that he has here in San Diego are going to go a long way in his future and USC's future at the most important position on the field.
First ever meeting between these two schools in football. Now it's time for today's Game Countdown, sponsored by Progressive. And welcome to Petco Park here in San Diego for the Holiday Bowl. Time now to join the third member of our team on the sideline, the All-American girl, Jenny Tapp.
Guys, thanks. Well, the reality is both USC and Louisville didn't end their seasons the way they wanted to. For the Trojans, there were such high expectations at the beginning of the year, and ultimately they finished at 7-5. And even though Louisville did have their best season since 2013, it was losing in that ACC championship game that created a feeling that has lingered of disappointment. And Coach Brom told me that our guys have been motivated by that feeling and wanted to make sure that they could get that bad taste out of their mouth. Lincoln Riley has been clear with his messaging. Tonight is a new team, new players. Play for the guys who are here now. And one of those players, you guys mentioned him, their quarterback, Miller Moss, who has been dreaming of this moment, being the quarterback at USC his whole life. He told me earlier this week, yes, there will be nerves, but nerves are silenced with preparation. And the moment this game begins, the only thing left to do is go out and do it.
All right, Jenny, thank you very much. USC Trojan band in attendance for the Holiday Bowl. Terrific weather. 61 degrees at kickoff time. Can get a little chilly here in San Diego. Nighttime.
That's exactly right. I tell you what, though. This is a great opportunity for both of these teams, and in particular, these guys for USC that are going to get a chance, and namely Miller Moss, like Jenny just talked about and that we've talked about, but several other young players that are going to get a chance to play in this game. What a unique opportunity to state your case for a position moving forward.
USC won the toss, elected to receive, so here we go, the Holiday Bowl underway. Ball fair caught at the 6-yard line, and that brings on Miller Moss from Pasadena, California, out of John Muir High School, the same high school as Jackie Robinson.
Legendary, obviously, as a high school, but Miller Moss is a guy that's going to look different, and we've got to expect that it's going to look different than what Caleb Williams brought to the table. This is not a guy that's going to create a lot in terms of the secondary once protection breaks down, so look for the ball to exit his hand quickly. They want to get it out early, try to get these quick completions out to these skilled wide receivers.
First down and 10 at the 25-yard line. and they'll run a reverse on first down. Zachariah Branch, the talented freshman, and that didn't fool anybody. No gain on the play. Devin Neal with the tackle. Let's take a look at some players to watch.
Yeah, this USC offense, youth. This is a youth movement. Elijah Page is going to start at left tackle. You got Quentin Joyner going to get some time at running back, and then obviously Zachariah Branch. He's terrific, and he gets that first reverse right there, and I can't wait to watch him play live.
Second down and 10 at the 25, near side throw, and it's complete for a short gain. Taj Washington with the reception, a gain of 4. Defensive players to take a look at.
Well, this Louisville defense, the sum was greater than the parts, but Ashton Gelati was terrific at defensive end. TJ Quinn tackled machine. Devin Neal, he was terrific at safety, and it's really about the pressure that they put on the quarterback, and that starts with number 9, Ashton Gelati.
Third down and 6 at the 29 for Miller Moss. And here's Moss to throw it, steps up in the pocket, delivers to the sideline, and incomplete. That ball underthrown, so USC 3 and out as Quincy Riley was there defensively for the Cardinals.
Excellent coverage there by Quincy Riley. He was all over the wide receiver, and Miller Moss wanted that little dropout route. You can tell that's where he wanted to go. That was number 1 in the progression. Looked at it the entire way, but the coverage was tremendous.
So that brings on Eddie Czapleski to punt it away. He stands at his own 15-yard line. Kevin Coleman is the deep man. He signals for the fair catch and has it at the 30 and gets trucked. Looks like his own teammate may have run into it.
There was a lot going on there. There was definitely a block taking place right in front of him. Looks like D'Angelo Hutchinson, one of the defensive backs, was trying to block right in front.
There is no foul on the play. The player was blocked into the receiver. First down.
This is a good call. Watch as you see 21. That's Hutchinson, and he's right there, and he's in the way. And Prophet Brown looks up and he points at the block, and he's absolutely correct.
So Jack Plummer, the senior from Gilbert, Arizona, 39th career start, and he will lead the way. He's been the leading man for this team all season. 10-win season. First down from his own 29, and he'll throw it on first down. Sets up in the pocket, goes deep, has a man, and incomplete at the 35. Would have been a difficult catch for Amari Huggins-Bruce.
Well, I tell you, this is a great shot play early, and Huggins-Bruce is a guy that they want to get the ball to as a deep threat. He's got a lot of speed, lines up in the slot, only 170 pounds, but that ball was thrown really well from Plummer, and I like the aggressive play call from Jeff Brom early in this game, trying to get down the field.
Jeff Brom, a legend in the city of Louisville. 2nd and 10 at the 29. Here's a handoff. Gorindo, the Wisconsin transfer, and he will pick up 7 on the play. Let's take a look at some offensive players to keep our eyes on for Louisville.
Yeah, Gorindo is one of them. This is a run-oriented team. You'll also watch for Maurice Turner. They're without their really good back, Jawar Jordan, who was terrific this year. And then on the outside, they've got to replace a guy that's also opted out, Jamari Thrash. You look to a couple of wide receivers like Chris Bell, Kevin Coleman. They certainly need to step up tonight.
On 3rd down and 3, and they'll pick up the first down. Isaac Gorindo with a huge run of 14 yards.
Well, watch the hole right here that he's going to get. He's going to just kind of slip and wait, and then boom, there he is, and he's ready to go. Great job up front. That's Brian Hudson, the center. Brian Hudson is a terrific player. He transferred in, and in a lot of ways, he's been their most stout and best and most consistent offensive lineman right in there at the middle at the center position.
Gorindo running for 146 yards against Georgia Tech. They throw it to the far side. Another completion as they continue to move it with Kevin Coleman. A gain of 13. Defensively, a look at the Trojans.
Well, listen, there's a lot of guys out there that are new. So you got to look to the guys that have been on the field, like Bear Alexander at nose or Mason Cobb at linebacker. Jalen Smith will be back there at the nickel position, safety position. There's a lot of new faces. They're certainly in transition. They're going from Alex Grinch. They're going to move to Danton Lynn, obviously, next year. But this is going to be a little bit of a mixture.
First down at the 37. Gorindo again with yardage. And defense has been a problem for this SC team this season, a gain of 7. Let's take a look at the keys to the game.
Yeah, they're sponsored by DirecTV. Stop compromising, start watching, upgrade to DirecTV. For Louisville, they've got to get run production. They're a run-oriented offense. That's when Plummer is at his best, when they're throwing off a play action. You got to pressure Miller Moss. On defense for USC, this youth movement's got to show up, and back to basics as well, getting in those gap sound responsibilities.
Second down and 3 at the 30-yard line. Garindo again. He'll be short of the first down by about a half yard. He gets 2 as Muhammad makes the tackle.
You know, Gus, one of the things that's so interesting for me watching this defense is that this is the old defensive scheme, and yet these players are auditioning for essentially their new defensive coordinator who's not on the sidelines, Denton Lynn, who's going to come over. You're trying to earn a spot on the new defense when the scheme changes. So a lot going on for this Trojans defense here tonight.
3rd and 1, opening series for Louisville at the USC 28-yard line. And this time, it's Plummer pulling it down, running it to the sideline, and an easy first down as he goes out of bounds inside the 15, a gain of 14.
Well, really good read by Plummer there, and terrific ball handling as they go with a bit of a zone read there. Garindo is going to come around, 23, the running back, but watch Plummer as he just finds the opening, and boom, because the defender crashed on the outside, he had the opportunity to see that. He could have flipped it forward to Kariski, the tight end, but decided to keep it. Quality decision, and he moves the chains.
Plummer on the season, 21 touchdown passes, 12 interceptions, been sacked 29 times. 1st and 10 at the SC 14. Plummer drops it off in the flats. Coleman turns it up, and it looks like he has another first down as Jalen Smith ushers him out of play.
Well, this is one of the things that USC has really struggled with all year out of this style and scheme that they've been running, is when they get a team that can really attack the edges in the run game, what that happens is you get those edges get collapsed, and then you get the teams that are reading the edge and getting their players outside into the flats and into the secondary. And Louisville has done a great job on this opening series of doing just that, attacking the edges of this interior defense.
1st down and 10 at the SC 4. 9th play of the drive. They'll run it. Garindo. And he'll go down at about the 1-yard line. Elijah Hughes there defensively for the Trojans.
And this is a team with USC. It's been 6 weeks since they last played a game. Louisville, obviously, just in that ACC championship game, they're looking to get that taste out of their mouth. What they struggled with was red zone offense against Florida State. And here, trying to punch it in after a quality possession here in the red zone.
2nd down and goal at the 2 out of the offset eye. Garindo, the deep man. They'll give it to him, looking for the touchdown. Does he have it? Yes, he does. Touchdown, Cardinals. Isaac Garindo.
Great block right here by the right guard. You're going to see the right guard just pull right over, and then boom, that's the block that sets things up. You get a fullback in there as well. And then I love how Garindo got low to the ground, and he found that. Oh, well, that's interesting. Now you see that right knee. They're probably going to end up at least having to confirm this, which they would anyways on a scoring play. And you take a look, and where did that knee actually hit down? And it looks like that ball is close to the goal line, but maybe not quite across as that right knee hits. That's awfully close. Tough to tell where the ball actually is behind all those arms.
Garindo, 9th rushing touchdown of the season if this one stands.
And he's been really good in the last month of the season. This last month, as Jawar Jordan was battling with some injuries, Garindo was terrific. Transfer from Wisconsin, older player, good size downhill runner, which he showcased here on this series. They have confirmed the touchdown, and here comes the point after.
Nick Lopez in to attempt the extra point. And it's good. 10 plays covering 71 yards. Cardinals eat up 5 minutes and 10 seconds, scoring on their opening drive to take a 7-0 lead over Southern California. 7-0. Louisville on top of SC ahead of kickoff tonight. Our pregame festivities were sponsored by GWES. Beautiful pregame festivities. Garindo with the opening score. Their 9th opening drive touchdown this season. Tied for the most in FBS.
No, I tell you, Garindo, as I said, that November, he was really good in November. He was their 2nd leading rusher, and I know Jawar Jordan had a tremendous year, but boy, Garindo has been really good, and it's a run-oriented team, which they showed on that first series.
All right, coming up, SC with the football after this. The DirecTV Holiday Bowl on Fox is sponsored by DirecTV. Stop compromising. Start watching. Upgrade to DirecTV. And by Allstate. You're in good hands. Seven to nothing. Louisville on top of USC here at the Holiday Bowl. Holiday Bowl is one of 5 college football games played in baseball stadiums this year. It started in the regular season, Wrigley Field, and there are bowl games being played in Fenway and Yankee Stadium tomorrow. Moss running it, uses his legs, and gets out of bounds after picking up the first down. Miller Moss, 3rd year in the program, saw some significant action in each of the first 3 games this season, most notably against Stanford, where he was 11 of 15 for 112 yards and a rushing touchdown.
But it's always different when you're the guy. You know, as you come in at the end of games, everything can look easy, but when you're the guy, you're prepping, and those first couple of series, he's going to have to settle down. Oh, no.
That dangerous pass by Moss, intended for Lemon.
I think that was Riley again. Quincy Riley had the quality defense. Is that Riley? I think it is number 3. No, that's Brownlee, number 2. Jarvis Brownlee. Look at him break on that. And Miller, he's probably seen Caleb do that 1,000 times. He's trying to flip it out there outside, but Brownlee did a great job of reading that action.
2nd down and 10 at the 36-yard line. Play action. Moss underneath. Oh, what a nice catch. This is Lemon with speed, and he's downed inside the 25. A 38-yard gain.
Well, and that'll get him going here. And here's another one of the young guys, and this is what Trojan fans wanted to see. Which one of the young guys was going to step up? Well, here it's Mekhi Lemon, and Miller Moss had some pressure right in his face. Look at that. Takes the hit, delivers an accurate ball right across the middle.
1st down and 10 of the 24. Moss handing it off. And it's Austin Jones, the Stanford transfer. A gain of 6, a lot of opt-outs. Transfer portal guys leaving for both teams tonight.
Yeah, that's right. But namely USC, because obviously it's Caleb Williams, it's Marshawn Lloyd, it's Brendan Rice on the offensive side, including Mario Williams on the offensive side. So they're having to patchwork a little bit. There's Brendan Rice, and these guys are getting opportunities, these young players, to get out here and play.
2nd down and 4 at the 18. Sidearm throw caught, but it will be for a loss by Zachariah Branch. That's a loss of 3 yards.
One of the keys to quick game, in particular when you're going to get these passes out at the line of scrimmage, is ball placement. That ball has to be accurate, and quarterbacks have to learn that so that these athletes like Branch in that particular case can run after the catch. But when you make them work for the catch and go down and it's not accurate, that's what tends to blow those plays up, as Caleb Williams also watching Miller Moss there on the sideline. So watch for that as Miller is playing in this game. How accurate is he with some of those bubble screens on the outside?
3rd down and 7 at the 22. Moss goes through his progression, steps up on the move, incomplete. Great idea, but that intended for Deuce Robinson. And that brings up 4th down and 7.
Yeah, good job by Moss of stepping up in the pocket. Deuce is setting down against zone. Deuce Robinson there. He's the freshman from Phoenix. Is a guy that's very highly recruited, and almost like he was surprised by the ball. His eyes show up late and then just wasn't able to secure it. It's a good route. Moss has the right idea. Got to execute. That would have been a 1st down.
So USC will settle for the field goal. And this is Dennis Lynch, 10 of 13 on the season. And he draws this one. No, incomplete. Excuse me, no good. Kind of hooked it. And Louisville will retain their 7-0 lead with 6:05 to go here in the first quarter.
Jeff Brom, first year back at Louisville, going home, and he had a sensational year. A lot of that was bringing a guy he was familiar with, Jack Plummer, who he was with at Purdue. Now he brings him back to Louisville. 10-1 in those first 11 games. They were ranked in the top 10. They ended up losing a rivalry game to Kentucky. They did have a 10-point lead now and then lose to Florida State in the ACC championship game. But I tell you, this team has a bright future with Jeff Brom.
Jack Plummer in trouble, lost it, and USC says they have it, and they do. Max Williams in on the play, knocking it out of Plummer's hands.
Great pass rush here from USC. Getting to Plummer. They're trying to take another shot, and you see right there the ball just coming right out of his hands. Great job of attacking the ball, and then there's Solomon Byrd for the recovery, number 51. Nice little pressure right here. And as you can see, Plummer's trying to take a shot, but just missed assignment on that left side of the offensive line, and now USC set up in perfect position with their offense. Gus inside of the red zone here for Miller Moss.
So 5:58 to go in the first quarter. SC takes over deep in Louisville territory. First down and 10 at the 19 for Miller Moss. And Moss handing it off. Austin Jones.
This run game really needs to get going. I've thought ever since covering Lincoln Riley at Oklahoma that really this offense is predicated on how well they run the football. I know that they put up a lot of numbers and they can throw it all over the lot, and he cut his teeth under Mike Leach in the old air raid system. But at Oklahoma under Bob Stoops, it really became a running offense, which leads to the RPOs, and that's why they've got to really get this ground game going here early.
Second down and 8 at the 17. Moss pulls it out, looks, dumps it off, and not a lot for Austin Jones.
Nice coverage in that back end by this Louisville defense. And this defense for Louisville, I would say the sum is probably better than the parts. Other than Ashton Gelati, who had just an amazing year, you know, they've got guys that just are out there playing hard. TJ Quinn, 34, he's had a big year. Devin Neal, number 27, he's been excellent for them. Gelati, their number 9, he was runner-up ACC Defensive Player of the Year. Excellent on that defensive line. But Ron English, their coordinator, he's got a group that plays hard, and this has been a really good defense during the course of the season.
Third down and 7 at the 17. Empty backfield. Here's Moss. Sets up a screen. No. Over the middle. And the ball caught. This time it's Taj Washington. Touchdown Trojans. $17-yard score. And Southern California with an opportunity to level this game at 7.
This is a terrific route. What you're going to see here coming from the left side is this a route. It's kind of a stop, and then he goes across, and it's almost a little screen right there from number 1. That's Zachariah Branch, who doesn't end up contacting the defender, so it's totally legal. It's a little mesh concept. Because of that pause, Taj Washington creates space, and that's a great completion there and a nice touchdown, and paying off the turnover as well. This USC team defensively didn't create as many turnovers as they did a year ago, but here creating the takeaway and then capitalizing. It's a nice job by that offense.
4th career touchdown pass for Moss, and Lincoln Riley will take it. And in today's world of the transfer portal, the tape that Miller Moss is getting could help him down the road. Who knows?
You never know. Yeah, that's exactly right. College football in the last month has been wild.
Extra point is good. 7-up. Moss finding Washington, the Memphis transfer. He scores, and we're tied 7-up here in San Diego. The DirecTV Holiday Bowl on Fox is sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 150 years. And by Discover. Game tied at 7. Holiday Bowl rolls out the red carpet when the teams come to San Diego. During this week, they visited SeaWorld, and we're given a tour of the USS Abraham Lincoln. Did you take your kids to SeaWorld a couple years ago?
Yeah, we did, which is always fun. They've got so much great stuff. Well, first of all, San Diego is just an incredible place to go with your family. You can go over and you can visit the aircraft carrier. You got the zoo. My boys went to the zoo today. We're going to SeaWorld tomorrow. San Diego is just fantastic.
So some trickery on the return. Doesn't fool SC as they were ready for it. And Louisville will start deep in their own territory. Sunday, the race for the NFL postseason is on Fox as Matthew Stafford and the Rams continue to push for the playoffs against the Giants, or the Seahawks try to keep their hopes alive as they host the Steelers. Check for the game in your area only on Fox. Mason Rudolph, what a nice job he did for the Steelers this past week, winning that game. Former Oklahoma State quarterback that we covered during his time in the Big 12. First down and 10 at the 13. Louisville out of the ACC. Maurice Turner looking for some daylight. Flag on the play as he's tackled by Bars.
I was interested to see Maurice Turner in today's ball
Personal
game.
foul, face mask on the defense. That 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run, and it carries an automatic first down.
Maurice Turner, sophomore for Louisville, ran for a little over 250 yards this year. He had a great bowl game a year ago, and here he is, number 4, taking off over that side. And there's that tug on the face mask by Keon Bars. He's the transfer from Arizona, 290-pounder, and that'll move him up with a first down.
From the 30. And they'll pitch it near side. Little bit of running room for Turner. He'll gain 5 on the play. Turner had an 81-yard game against Pitt this past October, so he has shown some promise. Brings up second down and 5 at the 35-yard line.
And remember, this Louisville team, even though you would, and listen, I fall into this trap. You think it's a Jeff Brom team that it's going to be passing-oriented. This is a run-oriented team. They've got to run it to be successful. When they fall into the trap of having to throw the ball, that's when they have not been successful during the course of the season.
Second and 5 at the 35. Turner straight ahead. He'll get 3.5, maybe 4 on the play.
And in a lot of ways, it's the mark of a great coach. And I would say Jeff Brom is a great coach. And he comes in here as the first-year coach at Louisville, and they're going to go quickly here. Gus to the line, try to get this conversion on third down.
Played at Louisville. Jeff Brom, whole family. Louisville Cardinals, 3rd down and 1 at the 39, and they'll get it as Turner crashes forward and picks up 2 on 3rd and 1.
Had an opportunity a couple of years ago to come back to Louisville, and he didn't take it. And when this opportunity came up last year, where this job opened up, he knew. He said to us, listen, I couldn't turn it down a second time. My family would have revolted. He knew he had to go home, and go home he did. And it's been a successful year, there's no doubt. But he's also talked about the fact that going back to Louisville presents a lot of pressure. This is where he wants to be, but they got to win, and they have to win early.
Led Purdue to the Big Ten championship game last year, losing to Michigan as Turner picks up a short gain. The Brahms are the first family of Louisville, and it started with Oscar, who played quarterback for the Cardinals in 1968. His sons Greg, Jeff, and Brian all went on to play at Louisville, and now the three brothers are on the coaching staff with Jeff as the head coach. Jeff Brahms, 7-year NFL career with numerous teams. Also was a quarterback coach and offensive coordinator in the NFL before his first head coaching job at Western Kentucky. It's Coleman. Let's go downstairs to Jenny.
Well, it really is all about the family, Gus. And how about this? When Louisville started the season against Georgia Tech, they were actually down 28-13 at the half. Coach Brahms' daughter, Brooke, was in the locker room crying. She said, "Dad, we can't lose this game. I'm not going to have any friends." He looked over at her and said, "You're not going to have friends? I'm not going to have friends if we lose this game." They ended up winning 39-34. Obviously a great year, but we know how much it means to all the Brahms.
3rd and 2 at the 49. Louisville, great place. And they will not pick up the first down. Joel, I spent a lot of time in Louisville growing up. My dad was from Louisville.
Yeah.
14th and Walnut, and my whole family lived in a place called the Beecher Terrace.
Well, it's a proud place, and I think the evidence of that, as they will go for it here on 4th down here. Didn't get it on 3rd. Good defense by USC there on 3rd, but you know, the mark of a quality place is the way that they can show up for a big game. And that Notre Dame game earlier in the year, that stadium, their effort on the field, that just shows you the type of place that Louisville could be.
4th down and short. I don't know. They may be a tad shy of that first down marker, but they'll give it to them. Louisville has the first down, and that is the last play of the first quarter. Cardinals and Trojans in the first. Even game so far. Back to San Diego after this. The 2023 Holiday Bowl in San Diego is sponsored by DirecTV. Start of the second quarter, game tied at 7. Louisville looking for their 11th win of the season. And most coaches would tell you to win 10 games is incredible.
It's so hard to do. It is so hard to do. I think that we get spoiled looking at these programs that do it constantly, and we feel like that should be the norm. But in college football, to win 10 is really difficult.
Plummer. And another completion on the little screen on the far side. That's a gain of 4 for Kevin Coleman.
You know, you take a look at the transformation, right, of what Brahms has been here at Louisville. That was only their 5th pass. They've run the ball now 15 times, only 5 passes on the night. So it just goes to show you how different Brahms has been this year with this specific team.
2nd down and 6. They'll run it again. Turner looking for the first down, strings it out, and is finally wrapped up. Anthony Beaver. And Beavers Jr. from Baldwin Hills, California, St. Bernard's. Gain of 4 on the play.
Just to give you some context on that Brahms year in the run game, you take a look at what he was at Western Kentucky and Purdue as a play caller, you know, well over 50% pass percentage. It's down to 47, you know, and this is one of the most pass-heavy offensive play callers in college football, but not this year, and not with this group, and not this quarterback.
3rd down and 2, and a first down. We've got a surprise for you, folks. We've got the greatest surprise maybe in the history of surprises when this young man gets ready to join us in a little while. We're going to milk it a little bit.
Okay.
We're not going to tell you who it is.
That's a professional tease right there.
He's sitting right next to me.
Well, that's why I was talking a lot about the run game, right? You know, maybe the greatest of all time. Join us in a little bit. It's Louisville here on this drive. It's been a nice drive, and again, a lot of run action.
1st down and 10 at the 37. This one caught on the far side. Nicely done by Kevin Coleman, but he's wrapped up quickly. A gain of 1. Here's the guy I'm talking about, folks. Hall of Famer. Barry Sanders has quite a few memorable games in his career, and in the 1988 Holiday Bowl, he put together the best performance in the Bowl's history, rushing for 222 yards and 5 touchdowns on his way to being named the offensive MVP. Number 20 in the pros for the Detroit Lions as you take a look at some of the accomplishments for Barry, including the Heisman Trophy when he was at Oklahoma State. Can you imagine that backfield? Thurman Thomas and Barry Sanders. No. And Barry was running back kicks back then from what I remember. First down and a long 20 at the 47. Here's the screen, and it's caught. Garendo gets to the 40-yard line. Folks, and it is my pleasure and honor to welcome one of the greatest football players in the history of our beautiful sport, Barry Sanders, folks.
What's going on, man? How are you?
Great to be here, man.
It's great to see you.
You feel like getting out there for a look? Can you give us
just a little bit?
5 plays, 5 runs?
At least.
All right.
There's no doubt. There is no doubt.
What are your memories of the Holiday Bowl when you were here in '88?
Oh, man, I love being here, practicing and being able to play where the Chargers played, you know, and me having those aspirations at that time of being able to one day play in the NFL.
Yeah.
It was exciting for me just to be in that setting. You know, being here all week and doing activities on the aircraft carrier and going to SeaWorld. And then, you know, being a recently crowned Heisman Trophy winner. I mean, that was a big deal. And just, you know, there was that thing called the Heisman curse.
Yes.
And so I wanted to come out and just show that I was ready to play, that you know, I wasn't distracted by winning the trophy. So those are kind of some of the things I was thinking about.
And folks, what you don't know about statistics back in the day is that they did not used to count bowl statistics as your regular statistics. So those 2,600 yards don't even count the 222 in the Holiday Bowl. That's wild. I mean, you almost ran for 3,000 yards that
snap,
year.
timeout, USC. This is their first charge timeout of the half.
New quarterback in the game for Louisville.
Brock Doman is in the game now, and this was the last play, that screen pass, Gus, on the outside, and Plummer did take a hit. He came out of the game, and Doman came in. He's a senior from Colorado Springs, Colorado, and you can see right there that Plummer hit his hand on the helmet. I believe that was Max Williams who was in there. Max caused the fumble earlier in the game, and then that helmet kind of caused that little laceration on the finger of Jack Plummer, and he is back out of the tent. So we'll see if he comes back into the game. And I told our group last night, I said, and it was an 11-game regular season, not 12. So if you would have had like a bowl game, 12 games, and maybe a conference championship game, we would have been looking at like a 3,500-yard rushing season, Barry. That's what you would have put out there.
I appreciate that. And what I say to that is, Joe, who do we talk to get that change? We got to add those.
We got to put those yards back on there. That's exactly right.
No, it was an awesome, phenomenal year. You appreciate it.
Brock Doman, 5 for 5, 44 yards on the season. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Louisville staying on the ground. And this time, Jalen Smith with a nice open field tackle, and it's a gain of 1.
Now, the Doak Walker didn't exist back in 1988, but at Oklahoma State this year, Ollie Gordon wins the Doak Walker Award, and obviously continuing what is a legacy that you really started along with Thurman of great running backs at Oklahoma State, and Ollie had a great year this year for the Cowboys.
Yeah, congratulations to Ollie. He had a phenomenal year, and we're proud of the way he represented the Cowboys, and we know he has a bright future.
3rd down and 13 at the 40-yard line. You don't have anything to do. You can hang out with it for a little while, right?
I got all night.
All right. Doman, near side, and another terrific open field tackle. This time, Prophet Brown.
I love the energy these young kids are playing with for USC. And again, a lot of these guys, you know, they aren't the normal starters, in particular in the secondary. Really thin in terms of their depth at the secondary. And they've played hard so far, and they've tackled well in space, which has not been what we've seen from USC during the course of the year.
And Barry, when you look at what's going on with college football today, NIL, transfer portal, what are your thoughts?
It's a completely different world. You know, it really is. It's a lot more like NFL, honestly, just in the business side of it. There's some good things about it, some challenging things. I think we're all trying to wrap our mind around it and understand it and see where it's going to end up. But it's certainly very, very different.
7-7, 10:20 to play here in the second quarter. We're going to ask Barry to stay a little longer here at the Holiday Bowl. He's our special guest. Back after this.
Pacific Life Game Summary, sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 150 years. 7-7 here from San Diego as we've got the DirecTV Holiday Bowl. Louisville and USC. Jack Plummer, 5 of 6 for 36 yards. Garindo had that touchdown run, but Miller Moss and that Trojan offense was able to capitalize on a turnover and put it in the end zone and tied it up at 7.
First down and 10 at the 20-yard line for Miller Moss and company. Play fake. Moss drops, fires, and caught inside Louisville territory. Great throw and a great catch. This time, it's Makai Lemon.
Another great route from the youngster, Makai Lemon. Hasn't gotten a ton of opportunities during the course of the year. Look at that nice little inside move, gets right up the seam, and Moss gives him a catchable ball. And you know Barry likes it. Look at it. He says, ooh, there he goes right down the seam. We got him.
That's a gain of 35. First down and 10 at the Louisville 45-yard line for USC. And they'll hand it off. Right side, Quentin Joyner. He'll gain a couple. And once again, folks, we welcome Barry Sanders, the legendary Oklahoma State running back, Detroit Lions running back. How about the Lions?
Right.
Oh, man, phenomenal year so far. Big game this weekend, obviously, at Jerry's World in Dallas. Hopefully we'll be the first team to beat the Cowboys at home this year. But it's been an awesome year. They've met with a lot of our expectations for this great team and great coach.
Here's Moss to throw it deep down the field. Incomplete.
We had him, didn't he?
Zachariah Branch, the target. That one thrown a little high.
You know, Barry, we used to work with John Lynch here at Fox, now obviously the GM of the 49ers. John told me a story about he knew that you were the smartest running back that he ever faced because you knew exactly who was the unblocked player. And when he met your eyes, that means that he knew you knew that he was the unblocked player. And he said he's never been scared on a football field until he saw your eyes staring at him in that secondary.
I always knew where John Lynch was, I promise you.
Oh, third down and 8 at the 42. Miller Moss backpedaling, drops it underneath, and he's got his receiver down at the 30-yard line. Dorian Singer gains 13.
Great block by the youngster, Makai Lemon, number 24. That's really a crossing screen where you're going to get from the left side. Watch 24 is going to get a block right after the completion. So this comes right at the line of scrimmage, and then boom, there's the block. Kind of springs Dorian for a little extra yardage and gets some space to get down the field.
Makes it first down and 10 at the 29-yard line of Louisville. For Southern California, Miller Moss has looked terrific here in this first half. Moss throws it. He's got his receiver. Caught and touchdown, Southern California. Taj Washington. What a throw by Miller Moss. 29 yards.
Really love the route as well from Taj Washington. Moss knows that he's got one-on-one coverage, so he's going to give Taj Washington the benefit of the doubt. And here's what I also love. Taj Washington has declared for the draft, and yet he didn't opt out, Gus. He decided to play and finish the year. He knows he's trying to go to the NFL. He's going to try to increase his draft stock by having a great game here tonight. And guess what? That's his second touchdown of the night. Beautiful route, good throw, and a great finish there from Taj Washington.
Now that's what you want to see in a player that wants to go out there and continue to play, Barry.
Awesome play. You love the attitude, and that's excellent that he has that mentality. You gotta love it.
Extra point is good. 14-7. Barry Sanders joined us, folks. We'd like to thank him. He brought USC some good luck as they throw the deep ball for a touchdown to take the lead.
No, great being here, man. Great being a guest of DirecTV. Appreciate seeing you guys. Always fun.
The DirecTV Holiday Bowl on Fox is sponsored by Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. And by GMC, we are professional grade. 14-7. SC on top of Louisville here at the Holiday Bowl Saturday. Fox Primetime Hoops tips off with a good one as the Big Ten collides with the Big 12. Bruce Thornton leads the Ohio State Buckeyes as they take on West Virginia. It all begins at 7 Eastern on Fox. Taj Washington. Big time touchdown. 7-point advantage. The Trojans. Louisville will start from their 6. And they cross the 25 up to the 26. Garindo returning. And let's go downstairs and check in with Jenny.
Well, USC's sideline has been so fired up for Taj Washington. And like you guys pointed out, he came back to play in this game. And it was a pretty simple reason why. I love this program. I love football. Anytime I get the opportunity to go do it, I'm going to go play. And you know who knows him well? Miller Moss, who told me they were lift partners all year. He was actually the lifter of the year, Taj, at 5'9", 170 pounds. He said that our program should aspire to be like Taj Washington moving forward. He embodies everything that we want to be as Trojans.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Jenny. So Washington decided to play in this game. In the first half, he's got 3 catches for 50 yards and 2 touchdowns. I think he's got some good film heading out of this one already.
And like you said, it's not even maybe just the specificity of the film as much as the mentality.
I'm going to play.
That's right, and you're going to prove that you love the game and not what the game does for you. There's a question that NFL decision makers will always ask these players in the draft process.
Do you like to play?
Or do you love football, or do you love being a football player? And there is a difference. And Taj Washington loves the game of football.
2nd down and 5 at the 31. Plummer. He'll throw it up top. Incomplete. Had his man, it would have been a tough catch as Thompson just couldn't haul it in.
Jacoby Covington on the coverage, 14. He was a transfer from Washington. You can see he gets right there in that catching point. And they're unable to complete it there on the outside. I've been impressed with the secondary for USC. Listen, coming into this was a huge question mark for Lincoln Riley's team, is how they were going to play in the secondary. It was a patchwork group, let's face it. Not a lot of depth, but they've played hard, and they've played pretty well so far.
3rd down and 5. Can they get off the field? At the 31. Plummer. Looking. Pulls it down. Incomplete. Well defended. Prophet Brown guarding Thompson.
And Thompson did a beautiful job of coming back to that ball, coming back to his quarterback, who was escaping the pocket to his right, and then he did not finish the play. Everything was great. Plummer escapes. They get the completion, would have moved the chains, and then it's just a drop from Jaden Thompson.
Zachariah Branch, the deep man. First Trojan since Adoree Jackson in 2016 to score by kickoff return, punt return, and reception in the same season. And this one, out of bounds. It was blocked. SC will get great field position. Looks like Kyron Hudson may have gotten a hand on it.
Go right up the middle right here for USC. Looks like there's a shoulder. That's exactly right. Get that right arm up right there. Beautiful block. And USC, again, they had a turnover earlier in this game, and they were able to capitalize. Second time now this offense gets a short field. Beautiful job by the special teams, and now this offense will get right back on the field and try to capitalize again. This is the second possession the Trojans have had today that have started inside the 20-yard line.
SC 7-5 on the season. They'll start at the Louisville 18-yard line, 1st down and 10. Austin Jones, the single setback with Miller Moss. Moss looking. Moss throws. Incomplete. Zachariah Branch just couldn't hold on to it. Looks like it hit him right in the hand.
Yeah, it looked like an accurate pass, and I love what Moss did is he was patient on the outside, and then that ball, yes, certainly should have been caught by the electric wide receiver, Zachariah Branch. Nice call and a good read from Miller Moss. You know, Miller Moss is going to stay within the structure of the offense. Gus, as Caleb Williams is more of a creator, and he's an artist almost. Miller Moss is going to stay within the structure in the offense, and that's what you're seeing so far tonight.
Miller Moss, great numbers already. 8 of 13, 136, 2 touchdowns, no picks. 2nd and 10. He's going to throw it again. Moss buys time to the sideline. Is this a catch? It looks like it will be, as Jacoby Lane kept his foot in bounds.
There is a flag down way out there far side about the 5-yard line. There was a lot of grabbing and holding going on against Taj Washington.
Prior to the pass, holding on the defense, number 10. That penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal from the previous spot, and it carries an automatic first down.
There's the top of your screen. This is what I was talking about. That's Benjamin Perry. And he was locked up with Taj Washington. That's when the flag came out. And now USC, Gus, will have a new set of downs.
I like what Miller Moss has been doing, folks. He's showing that he's got some skills. He's got some game. When given an opportunity, 1st and goal at the 9, can he pay it off right here? After the block punt, Austin Jones in the backfield. Moss, quick throw, caught, touchdown! Kyron Hudson. Miller Moss throwing dimes here in San Diego. That's his 3rd touchdown pass here in the first half.
That is a really difficult throw. It comes off of the run action in the backfield. Watch as Miller Moss is going to fake this ball to Austin Jones, number 6, and then just dip down, almost sidearm. Good thing we're in a baseball stadium. He goes sidearm like a double play, and there's Kyron Hudson. He blocked the punt to set USC up on this possession, and then Hudson gets to pay it off after the block, gets the touchdown pass, and it's 6 for the Trojans.
Dennis Lynch, extra point, good. 3 touchdowns in the last 3 possessions. 21 unanswered points for USC. First the block punt, and then the score. Miller Moss, what a day, and we're just in the first half.
Coming up on the State Farm halftime, North Carolina without Drake May facing West Virginia in the Duke's Mayo Bowl. Why is J.J. McCarthy the key for Michigan against Alabama in the Rose Bowl? And Coach Pete and Ancho will fight it out as we preview Washington and Texas in the Sugar Bowl. Gus and Joel, we'll see you at the half. Happy holidays, fellas.
All right, Sarge, thank you very much. Happy holidays to you. I made a mistake early on, folks. I said Miller Moss was from Pasadena, went to John Muir. I was wrong. Miller Moss is from L.A. and went to Alamany High School, so we need to get that right because this kid is studding out in the first half.
That's right, Bishop Alamany, and again, waited his turn, and he is playing great tonight, and good for him.
Louisville returning it across the 20 for Garindo. And let's go downstairs and check in with JT.
Well, Lincoln Riley was very clear with his guys. The message was play for the guys who are here now, which meant he actually needed to have 4 new captains for today. And those guys, when it was announced to the room, it exploded with excitement and emotion. Quarterback Miller Moss, linebacker Chris Thompson Jr., safety Bryson Shaw, and wide receiver Taj Washington, who obviously we've seen dominate so far tonight. Lincoln actually went around the room and highlighted why each guy deserved this moment, and Miller Moss told me everyone who is here is committed to ending our season on a good note.
First down and 10 at the 27. Thank you, Jenny. Garindo trying to get outside. Does. Picks up a first and more. Still moving. Garindo out of bounds at the USC 40-yard line. Knocked out by Prophet Brown, but that's a 33-yard gain.
Nice job of getting the edge, and a really poor job by USC of setting the edge, okay? So if you're an outside defender like Prophet Brown, number 16, you cannot allow that runner to go on your outside, to your outside arm. You got to keep the outside arm free and push him back to the pursuit of the interior defenders. He gets the edge in a big game.
This time they'll throw it far side. Plummer. And it's caught. Jimmy Callaway with the reception.
You're seeing a little spark here for Louisville. This offensive series, it's been a bit sluggish. This USC defense has done a nice job against the run. Secondary has done a good job in coverage, but here Louisville, after that spark from Garindo down the right sideline, they've got something going.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 2 at the 33. Garindo again looking for the first down, and he has it. Isaac Garindo, honorable mention all Big Ten in 2022. While at Wisconsin, he's averaged at least 6 yards a carry each of the last 3 seasons.
He was just stuck behind really great backs up there at Wisconsin, and this was his opportunity to come and shine for Louisville, and even behind Jawar Jordan, he's done a really nice job this year.
6'1", 225, Garindo, and he'll drop it off. This time it's Huggins Bruce. Nice rhythmic play for the Cardinals.
And this wide receiver core, they're without Jamari Thrash, who opted out of this game. He was by far their most targeted receiver. 97 targets on the year. Next closest was Chris Bell with 39. So they're looking for somebody on the outside to step up and be the go-to guy.
2nd and 4 at the 24. Garindo again, and a first down. We're going to have to do something. But what are they going to do, Joel, about this situation here in bowl games where guys are just deciding not to play, opting out? Transfer portal happens during the off time between the end of the regular season and the bowl season.
I mean, how much time you got? I think it's a complicated answer, to be honest with you. I do think that the transfer portal is the answer lies within the calendar of when the portal is open and when it's not open. I think that we should conclude the season into playing football games before the portal opens up. I know that that's easier said than done, but the opt-outs are a different discussion because, let's face it, these are individuals trying to make decisions for their future, and I don't begrudge them that opportunity. I know that all of us would love to see them finish out their careers and play in these games, but I will not begrudge these guys, and Caleb Williams is a great example. This guy is going to be the first pick in the draft, and it's his decision whether he wants to go compete in this game or not.
2nd down and 3 at the 13. Garindo, the pistol back. They'll give it to him. And he's close to the first down. It'll pinned on the spot. Looks like he has it. So Louisville moving the football. Mason Cobb with the tackle.
And just the last thought on that, Gus, is I would say if these players are making this decision based on their... by the way, 3rd down, didn't get there, so this is 3rd and short.
And he has it.
I would say it's about providing value and creating value. Nick Saban talks about this a lot, creating value as a player. If you can increase your stock and your value to the next level, then you should play. If you can't, then maybe you shouldn't. And that's a decision that only you can make with your family. And that's why I'll never criticize a player that's deciding to opt out or move around. That's the agency that has now entered our game and, quite frankly, has needed to be here for a long time.
1st down and goal at the 9-yard line. Well said. Garindo splits out wide. He's at the top of your screen. Now motions. And they'll run it on the far side and a touchdown. Evan Conley comes in for Jack Plummer and scores and makes this a 21-13 game.
How about the left side of that offensive line getting it done? Blocked down with the tight end, and you pull that guard around, and it's beautiful, and it opens up. And there's an easy touchdown for Evan Conley, who takes it in untouched. They're able to cut that lead down, looking to make it a 7-point game.
9 plays covering 73 yards. The extra point is good. Cardinals eat up 4 minutes and 25 seconds to make it a 1-score game. Backup quarterback coming in, finding pay dirt. The DirecTV Holiday Bowl on Fox is sponsored by Jared. Dazzle this new year in sparkling fashion, only at Jared. Beautiful night here in San Diego. 21-14. Good game brewing between USC and the Louisville. Cards answer with the score to make it a 21-14 ball game.
That was a good answer. A really good drive, then they needed it. After giving a short field to the Trojans twice, USC was able to capitalize. Louisville needed a solid offensive series, and they got it.
Zachariah Branch, the deep man. Always dangerous. And Joel, you talked about some guys that weren't playing.
Here's a couple of guys that are declaring for the draft, yet still playing in the game. Max Williams creates one of those short fields with that fumble. Forced fumble, and then Taj Washington pays it off on that series. Gets into the end zone later in that quarter. Taj Washington, boom, finds the end zone again on that beautiful fade. And these guys taking advantage of their opportunity and taking advantage of an opportunity to create value for themselves moving forward. Nice job by both of those guys.
First down to the 25. Moss. Branch. Still running, hops forward and picks up a first. A gain of 12.
Well, I tell you, every time he touches the ball, whether I'm watching film or covering live,
he's explosive.
Yeah, he kind of takes your breath away, doesn't he? It's just, you just kind of wonder, like, is this going the distance?
Miller Moss again. USC going quickly. They kind of compare him, and this might not be fair, to a younger version of Reggie Bush, our former colleague here at Fox.
Yeah, and Reggie was obviously bigger and more of just a back, but it's their ability to change direction in space that I think is reminiscent of each other. Beautiful ball there.
Taj Washington again. A steady diet of this young man from Marshall, Texas. 24-yard gain.
What a rhythm this offense is in, and what Miller Moss is in. They've scored touchdowns on 3 straight drives, and now right back up the field. Beautiful ball there to Washington.
First down at the 33. Moss pulls it out. Tries to get outside, bottled up and dropped as he crosses the line of scrimmage. A 2-yard gain. Storm Duck with the tackle.
Well, a couple of timeouts, now under a minute, so obviously trying to get a score here before the end of the quarter, before the end of the half. Moss has done a really nice job, and one thing that they have hurt Louisville with so far is their slot receivers on some of those crossing routes, and then getting those guys also right down the seam. And boy, this has taken a lot of time. And we saw this earlier in the season when USC tries to substitute and the defense takes their time.
Second down and 8 at the 31. Play fake. Moss steps up in the pocket, avoids contact, and another touchdown for Miller Moss. Wow! This time, Jacoby Lane. 31 yards, Miller Moss. Backup quarterback, starting for Caleb Williams tonight, has thrown 4 touchdowns in the first half.
What a good job of eluding the rush initially, and then just the arm strength to get this ball off balance all the way into the end zone. And there's Jacoby Lane making a play down the field, and Miller Moss loving himself a little Holiday Bowl action. He has been terrific, and the young players around him have been terrific as well. Makai Lemon, a couple of catches. Jacoby Lane has done a nice job. And then the veteran Taj Washington. All of these guys understanding that right now, at least for USC, it's Miller time. And you know, with Miller time, it's always less filling, and it tastes great.
You don't think these guys care about winning this game? Who's on the field? A lot of joy right now on that USC sideline.
And talking with the coaches down on the field before the game, a lot of them, you know, you ask them, like, how you guys feeling? How you looking? And you got a lot of shoulder shrugs. Like, we'll see. We don't know on both sides, right? This was from Louisville and from USC. And Lincoln Riley, he looked at me and he said, you know, this game is going to come down to who wants to win it. Which group is going to be more energized, play harder. And Louisville has done some really nice things, but boy, the energy on this side for the Trojans is palpable. We can feel it. Already 4 touchdowns for Miller Moss, 13 of 18. He's been tremendous. And those wide receivers have done a really nice job on the outside.
We'll send it away. Coleman back deep. Louisville starts from the 10. Kevin Coleman, nice return as he crosses the 40 up to the 41.
Oh, geez, with that return and 3 timeouts, maybe you try to get a ball right down the seam or outside of the numbers, and you try to stretch the field goal range of your kicker. You know, this is a kicker, Brock Travelstead. He's 17-24 in the year. His career long is 53. So they need to get the ball right around the 35-yard line. They need about 25 yards to get there.
First down and 10 at the 40. 13 seconds remaining. And a sack. Jack Plummer goes down. Jamil Muhammad with the pressure, and he gets to him. And that will end the first half. With the score 28-14, the story, Miller Moss, backup quarterback, getting his first big chance. 4 touchdown passes in the first half. SC looking good as they head into the locker room. Don't forget, after the break, Sergeant Mike and the guys with the State Farm halftime show. The 2023 Holiday Bowl in San Diego is sponsored by DirecTV. We are all set for the second half as USC leads Louisville 28-14 heading into the third quarter. Gus Johnson along with my QB Joel Klatt. By the way, nice jacket.
Nice jacket.
Did you?
Did we text each other?
I know.
I don't know.
You never answer my text. Anyway, Miller Moss.
Yes. How about that?
4 TD passes. He's showing that I know USC may be looking for a quarterback for next year. He may be one of the guys.
And it could have been right under their nose, you know, and obviously there is a lot of benefit to being in the system, learning from the starter Caleb Williams, and he's showing that. And really the energy all around USC has been terrific, and they were able to capitalize on some miscues for Louisville. And early in this game, they created a couple of short fields. This was the first one, Gus. Max Williams forces a fumble. Then they've got the block punt. Both of those short fields ended in touchdowns. That was Kyron Hudson, who was able to get into the end zone. I've just appreciated the effort from USC so far in this game. They have come out with energy. They have done a great job in the passing game. Taj Washington has been terrific. He obviously is increasing his value, opted to go into the draft, declared, but is playing in this game. And now the first half stats presented by GWES. Military and first responders get unbeatable deals on thousands of brands on gwes-eas.network. And the rush yards are with Louisville, and you would think that would lead them to have a lead, but it hasn't been that way because of those miscues and the short fields for USC that they were able to capitalize on.
Louisville will get the ball to start the second half, and they'll bring it out of the end zone. This time it's Coleman, and Coleman upended at the 20. Let's go downstairs to Jenny.
Well, USC was fired up going into the locker room after that sack from Jamil Muhammad to end the half. Now, of course, I had to ask Lincoln Riley about his quarterback, Miller Moss, and that performance in the first half. He said, awesome. He is doing what he's been doing in practice, but the fact that he's doing it on this stage, that's why our guys are so fired up. Coach Fromm admitted to me that it was not a great half for us. Their athletes outplayed us. We need to impact their quarterback. And by the way, guys, Jack Plummer's hand, he dislocated the pinky on his right hand. Currently, he's able to play, but dealing with some discomfort.
Okay, thank you very much. First and 10 at the 21. Plummer to throw it on first down, near side. And this ball is caught. And it's a gain of 4 yards. There's that dislocated finger. Chris Bell with the reception.
Yeah, that would be difficult on your throwing hand just because you want to be able to secure that ball, and then you've got the velocity of trying to throw it with the pain in that finger.
Plummer again delivers, this time incomplete. Ball intended for Huggins Bruce.
And because the pain happens when you try to accelerate that hand, this is what the tendency will be, is to miss short. Gus, so watch as Jack Plummer now plays with this dislocated pinky on that throwing hand. I would expect most of his passes to tail downwards, to be short or underthrown.
3rd down and 6 at the 25. They're 5 of 8 on 3rd down conversions tonight. Plummer looking, bounces, orchestrating, and goes down as he crosses the line of scrimmage. Hard-hitting Jamil Muhammad. 3-yard pickup.
And Jamil Muhammad was back in coverage, and then he comes up to make the stop. And this Trojans defense, you know, I've seen a little bit of a wrinkle. I don't see as much movement up front. You know, this team was really reliant on man coverage. They would get themselves out of position. The front moved. The defensive line moved a lot in the past this season, and they've tried to stay more static. And because of that, they're in better position to make plays so far tonight.
So Louisville punting it away. Brady Hodges sending it to Zachariah Branch. Here's Branch from the 35, making people miss. Branch with a lane. Branch on the move. Oh, he falls. He may have been able to break that one if he could have kept his footing. A 28-yard return.
I think that was the last tackle. This will be a great look. I mean, these moves are sensational. Right here, this stops. Player flies right by, and then right here, this is the last one, and he's gone, and he just can't keep his feet. If he keeps his feet, Miller Moss knows he's taken off to the pylon, and he would have hit his head on that back end zone. Boy, this guy is electric. Again, I said it earlier, Gus, every time he touches the ball, it just kind of takes your breath away.
So now Miller Moss in the Trojans offense come on the field, 1st and 10. And they'll start at the Louisville 42. Austin Jones in the backfield with Moss. Here's a handoff to Jones. Runs right into a pile up at the 40 for a gain of 2.
I mean, they really have not had any run game to speak of so far tonight.
Haven't needed it.
No, they haven't. They haven't. And it's been because of these athletes on the outside. To Jenny's point about what Jeff Brom was talking about, these wide receivers have made life really difficult on this Louisville defense.
25 rushing yards for the Trojans, 2nd and 8 at the 40. Moss guns it, caught. He's got his man. And almost another score this time. Carson Tabaracci with a gain of 35.
Well, this is a really good job. Watch, the tight end is just going to come right down the middle of the field, and then as soon as he finds a soft spot, he turns back, gets his head back to the quarterback.
And they'll throw it to the corner. Picked up. Riley cuts it back. Quincy Riley still on the move. Riley finally goes down inside USC territory. So the first mistake of the game for Miller Moss. Makai Lemon with the saving tackle. A 61-yard return.
When you're throwing the football down near the goal line, you have to throw with great leverage away from the defense. This ball is going to be short into the back hip of the wide receiver, and Riley makes a great play. That is a terrific job by Quincy Riley, who sat on the route, jumped in front of it, and then gets the interception. First mistake for Miller Moss, and a huge play for this defense and for the Louisville Cardinals made by Quincy Riley.
So the Cardinals start 1st down at the USC 39-yard line. He'll hand it off. Garindo. And Garindo with a huge chunk. As he goes down at the 20, a 19-yard gain. Jalen Smith with the tackle.
This is exactly what they need. They did nothing with their opening series of this second half. And what do they need? They need a little bit of run game, and Garindo gives it to them. A nice run right on the left side, and they have done a sensational job running the football. Already 144 yards tonight.
1st down and 10. Garindo remains in the game. as the lone setback. They'll give it to him running right this time. Jack Sullivan with the tackle, 3-yard gain.
The question then becomes is when they have to throw it. Like, we see it. They can run it. Guarendo's been really good. The offensive line has been solid. But when they need to throw it, they've had an inability to, one, protect Plummer, and then they can't get separation on the outside. Remember, Thrash, their #1 wide receiver, Jamari Thrash, opted out, not in this game, and they haven't had anybody step up on the outside.
147 yards rushing for Louisville. 2nd and 7 at the 17. Plummer decides to run it, and he's got another first down. Flag on the play. Sullivan again with the tackle, but let's see.
I think this one's going to go against Louisville. I think there was a hold on this edge, a pretty obvious one on this left side against Traquan Fagans.
Holding on the offense, number 11. That 10-yard penalty will be enforced from the spot of the foul. It will replay 2nd down.
Here's Fagans, 23. He's working against Jamari Johnson, the freshman tight end. And look at Johnson's got a hold of him. And as Fagan tries to separate, Johnson just keeps a hold of him and drags him down right in front of the official, right in front of the ball carrier, Plummer. And the flag comes out and backs him up.
So they'll back it up and make it 2nd down, and they call it 12. Plummer sprints out, looks backside, delivers, caught, and they're inside the 5 now. Guerendo out of the backfield with a 19-yard reception, and Louisville's knocking on the door.
He's the one that got the fake. Here's Guerendo, and he's going to take off, gets the fake, and then runs a wheel route. We saw Utah really get after USC on these type of plays. They lose accountability for that running back, and Guerendo's inside the 5.
First down and goal at the 3. Power formation for Louisville. Guerendo, the deep man, in the eye. Guerendo looking, and he's down at the 1.
I love how hard he runs, right? I mean, this guy is a physical downhill runner. He's shown the ability to catch the ball a couple of times out of the backfield.
And he's a big guy, close to 230.
You'd think they'd go right back to him here, wouldn't you?
That's right, already over 100 yards rushing. 2nd and goal at the 1. Guerendo again. Leans forward. His teammate says he has it, and it's a touchdown. Isaac Guerendo.
What a series for this run game and for Guerendo specifically as he reaches out that extension with the right arm across the goal line. And he's into the end zone. Beautiful job. Started by Quincy Riley. Got that interception to get this thing going as USC looked like they were going in to score. Riley gets the pick, and then it was really Guerendo, the run game, and his ability to catch it out of the backfield, and they punch it in. That's a great response for the Cardinals.
Nick Lopez in to attempt the extra point. USC turning it over on the interception. Louisville pays it off. 6-play drive covering 39 yards. Cardinals cut the USC lead to 7. Back after this. The DirecTV Holiday Bowl on Fox is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Round out your protection with life, phone, and pet health insurance. Full moon tonight here in San Diego. 28-21 our score. 9:43 to play in the 3rd quarter. Been an entertaining game. A lot of points. Miller Moss throwing the interception. The last time he had the football, his first interception of the season, hadn't played a lot. As we mentioned coming into this telecast, 23 of 32, 309 yards on the season. Here's a line drive kick, fielded inside the 20, and SC will cross the 30 up to the 33. Flag on the play, though. Miller Moss has done some great things, 4 touchdown passes in the first half.
During the return, personal foul, illegal block below the waist on the kicking team, number 21. A 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run, and it carries an automatic first down.
That's D'Angelo Hutchinson. Now we will take a break. 28-21. Back in a moment.
Welcome back to the DirecTV Holiday Bowl, and look who I found wandering on the sidelines.
My colleague.
Matt Leinart had to see his Trojans in action. And Matt, you were telling me a great story before the game about Miller Moss, how you have known him for a while. You used to watch your practices. So tell me what you think about his play and kind of that relationship.
Well, he just had the interception, so we won't talk about that. But Miller used to go to my football camps when he was like 5 or 6 years old. And he was always the kid that, like, he looked the part, he hustled, he worked hard, he asked all the questions, and he just knew he was going to be a great player or a coach one day. And for him, I actually texted him today. I said, dude, go crush it. This is your opportunity. He's been waiting for it for a couple years. He's an awesome kid. He's playing great right now. Obviously, the interception, that's fine. But what a game. I mean, 4 touchdowns right now. USC's up, so I'm really proud of him, and he deserves this opportunity.
Yeah, you can see and feel just the energy and effort from the Trojans. I mean, Lincoln Riley had said, I want these guys who are here to play, and this is one game to make a difference. Taj Washington has had a great night. I mean, what else are you liking from USC right now?
Well, I mean, listen, these bowl games, obviously, a lot of guys sat out, but it is an opportunity for young players to step up and make a name for themselves, and they have an opportunity. Miller's one of them. Some of the guys, Taj obviously is playing well. He's been a staple all year. The defense has played really well, and that was obviously something that they struggle with all season long. So it's been good. They're playing well.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
It's good to see you, You got a great job here on the sideline. I've never been down here, like
it's
this.
The best gig. Don't get any ideas. I'm not giving this up.
Don't worry, Jenny. We don't want Matt. We'd rather have you.
What's up with Matt? No USC gear on the sideline? He's trying to be incognito or something?
That was mean to me. Matt, I was going to ask you, like, if you don't mind, like, I know Matt's still there. Like, every quarterback has to do this for the first time, right? Like, you're going to make mistakes.
Yep.
I think this series specifically, Matt, is really big for Miller Moss right after that pick that he just threw.
Well, you're absolutely right, Joel. Obviously, you have the 4 touchdowns, and then you go down, and then you throw the pick down the red zone. Listen, we know as quarterbacks you're going to have mistakes. How do you bounce back from that? The team's rallied about him, and now they're driving right now. So, excellent point by you, and we'll see if he can answer here with the score.
Yeah, that third down ball, Gus, was really nice to Jacoby Lane that he completed there. You know, it's 3rd and long. He goes to his 2nd and 3rd man in the progression, steps up, throws a bullet across the middle. That was really well done on 3rd down.
Yeah, and the thing about Miller, his strength, he's very cerebral. He's smart. He's heady. He makes a lot of great decisions.
That one thrown down the field, incomplete inside the 5. Matt Leinart, thank you very much. Go to the equipment man and get a USC T-shirt, jersey, and a baseball cap.
Gus, you don't like my vest, man? I think I look good, man.
No. You got to put on that USC stuff.
Oh, you're the man, Matt.
See you, boys.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Matt's got a son. He's a pretty good football player.
Oh, he's a very good football player. Very good basketball player.
Takes all of his talent from his mama. 3rd down and 8 at the 36.
We were hard on Matt tonight.
I love that guy. My man. Two on the play clock. Will they get it off? And they will not.
USC. This is their first charge timeout of the half.
They get the timeout. 28-21, 7:49 to play 3rd quarter here in beautiful San Diego. Back after this. Don't miss the most epic game show ever created. Rob Lowe hosts as 81 contestants go head-to-head in a trivia duel until only one survives. Who will conquer the floor? Premiering Tuesday, January 2nd on Fox. Who will conquer this game? Close one, 28-21. SC with the lead on the ball, 3rd and 8. At the 36, Miller Moss throws a screen. This time it's Jones, follows his blocks, gets upfield, stays on his feet, and goes down to the 22. Well-designed play, a gain of 14 on 3rd and 8. Cameron Kelly with the tackle.
I tell you, that was a beautiful play call from Lincoln Riley and good execution from Miller Moss. You see how he flipped that over, almost like he shot a free throw, Gus, just right over the oncoming defensive end.
First down. Moss again dumps it off. This time near side and more yardage for Taj Washington, who's been excellent in this game. Washington with 2 touchdowns.
They've been trying to use those little dump-offs on first down in lieu of a run game. The run game has just been non-existent, so far tonight. And they haven't needed it because they have succeeded and done well on the outside and created big plays with their wide receivers.
Second down and 3 at the 16 of Louisville. Moss looking over the middle, caught. It'll be a yard short of the first down. Austin Jones. Lincoln Riley in his second season. He turned 40 earlier this season. What makes him such a special play caller?
Well, there's a lot of things. Number one is early, he likes to script things and change formations and look so that he can see what the defense is giving him. And then he doesn't get bored with success. So once he finds out where he can attack a defensive structure, he's going to sit there until you adjust. And a lot of times, college defensive coordinators don't adjust. And I think those are the 2 elements that really make him best.
Third down and 1. And you think about what Lincoln Riley has done. They don't get the first down. I mean, Heisman Trophy quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, now Caleb Williams. An unbelievable run, and he's such a young coach, still learning, still developing. Lincoln Riley feels like he's in the perfect spot, being at USC, Big Ten next year, so the dynamics will change.
Got a different quarterback in there. Jake Jensen comes in there, and now Jensen will take this snap on 4th down.
4th down and 1. Jensen out of the gun. He'll run it. Looking for the first. And he has it.
Little wrinkle there, and the other part of what makes Riley such a good play caller, I think, is his ability to see things that maybe aren't there, and his willingness to call kind of those specialty plays. You'll see wrinkles in those little screen passes at the correct time. And generally speaking, he can find big plays just via his play calls.
The ruling on the field is a first down. The previous play is under review for line the game.
If you talk to coaches, I've been doing this a long time. One thing they will say is you don't want to do too well too early because then all of a sudden the fan base has unrealistic expectations.
Well, as we take a look at this review, there can be some truth to that, but he's been so wildly successful early in his career. And here's Jensen as he was reaching for that line. I don't know if there's enough based on that look. That left leg does look like it goes down, but as he's reaching for that line to gain, he's up, he's up, he's up. Now he's down, but you see he's fully extended. And based on those looks that we had, I just don't know if there's going to be enough to overturn this. Gus, Lincoln is going through a little of that with this back half of the season. They started 6-0, ranked number 5 in the country. They beat the Colorado Buffaloes, but didn't play well in the second half of that game, and then the wheels came off. They only won 1 game coming down the stretch.
And they were the odds-on favorites to win the Pac-12. But 0-4 against ranked teams, losing to Notre Dame, Utah, Washington, and Oregon.
And I would say, not to make excuses, they had the toughest stretch of anybody in the country. Nobody else played 9 consecutive weeks against Power 5 opponents.
And I think it also has to be duly noted that this is only the second year.
That's right.
For Lincoln Riley. His first season almost went to the college football playoff, lost that game to Utah, the Pac-12 championship.
And to your point, though, it set the bar so high.
After review, the ruling on the field of a first down stands.
I think that's probably the correct ruling. And that the expectations then, went through the roof. And in reality, if you look at that year where they went to the Pac-12 championship and Caleb won the Heisman, they got so many turnovers, and their turnover margin was so great that it masked what was a really poor defense even a year ago. and then they stuck with it, tried to play the same structure this year, and it just didn't work out, and they didn't have those turnovers to mask the inefficiencies of what was going on that side of the football.
11th play of the drive coming up. 1st and 10 at the 11. Miller Moss throws the fade. Oh, another one. Moss finds Jacoby Lane. That's 5 touchdowns for this young man.
This is just the mismatch throw. Jacoby Lane is 6'4", 180 pounds, but watch how good he is as he creates separation, then goes up and high points that football. That's a good throw from Moss. He understands that he's got 6'4", so he goes up high.
Caleb who?
Oh, no, you better be careful.
Caleb who?
You better be careful with that. Oh, man, 5 touchdowns is a good night, but Caleb did it far too often to forget about him this quickly.
Extra point, good. 35-21, Moss bounces back after the interception. He's got touch on the football. 5 TDs. Miller time. The DirecTV Holiday Bowl on Fox is sponsored by Jersey Mike's Subs. Be a sub above. Caleb Williams is happy. Opting out of this game. Some feel he'll be the first overall player taken in the NFL draft, and he's watching his backup. He didn't set a record in this game. The DirecTV Holiday Bowl record, 5 touchdown passes.
We got time.
He wears number 7.
Is that a foreshadow?
Got a feeling.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
And he's taking on a good team. 10-win team.
And a defense that didn't have a lot of opt-outs, in particular from their start. By the way, you got to credit the offensive line because he's had a lot of time to throw the ball, and they've done a nice job.
Basically, it's been untouched. Kevin Coleman with the return. He'll get close to the 30-yard line. Tabarachi with the tackle on special teams. So that brings onto the field Jack Plummer again, playing with a dislocated finger on his throwing hand.
These are the situations that Louisville and Jeff Brom, they've just desperately try to avoid. This is a team that needs to run the ball, that needs to be in a position where they can run the ball, and now you're starting to get into under 5 minutes in the third quarter with the way USC is playing on offense. You're forced into a game where you might have to start throwing it a little bit more.
They'll run it this time. Garindo, and he's been wonderful tonight. Isaac Garindo running the football. 17 carries, 115 yards, averaging 6.8 yards per carry, as well as 2 touchdowns with a long of 32. Picks up 8 on that run. 2nd and 2 at the 36. Garindo again. This time he'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
I'll tell you what, USC has thrown a little changeup here in their front, and when they've done it, they've done a good job against the run. You know, and what they're doing is they're playing a 5-down lineman kind of front. They've got 2 stand-up defensive ends, and then they've got 3 interior defensive linemen and only 1 linebacker behind them, and then Gentry 18 kind of goes outside. You see those 3 guys? They got a guy right over the center, and that's really paid dividends for them.
Garindo outside, first down, gets downhill, still on the move, breaking tackles, and goes down inside the Southern California 40-yard line, a 27-yard jaunt.
You cannot lose contain on the edge, and Solomon Byrd, he loses contain, and he allows Garindo to get outside of him, and then there's no one there in support. And too often you see this with USC. You'll see a couple of good plays, and then bang, there's a big explosive play. And they have struggled getting up the explosive play, whether it's the passing game or the run game, and you're seeing that play out here tonight again.
First down and 10 at the 37. And a timeout call by the Cardinals. We'll stay right here. And that's what we've been seeing dating back to the time Lincoln Riley was the head coach at Oklahoma. The defense has struggled. Sometimes it looks like they don't know where they're supposed to be.
Well, and that's why they're trying to fix it, and that's certainly where they're going to be placing a lot of their emphasis and effort. You look at, I'm not concerned with their offense. Lincoln Riley is always going to have a good offense. When you take a look at what he's done since becoming a head coach, they're averaging 43 points going back to Oklahoma. That's second only behind Ryan Day by just a fraction. They're first in total offense. The problem is that since he's been a head coach, he's had the 86th best scoring defense in the country of all the head coaches in that time frame. 81st total defense. Danton Lynn, if he fixes them just a little bit, then this team is going to be someone to be reckoned with in the new Big Ten. They just have to get themselves to a point where they're just playing average defense. That's not even great defense, just average defense.
First down and 10 at the 37. Play fake. Plummer steps up and goes down. That's above average defense for the Southern California Trojans. This time it's Shaw and Elijah Hughes getting home.
And what you get is you get the rush home, and the reason that you get the rush home is because they played zone behind it. You don't see a lot of zone out of USC during the course of the year on tape, but this is a change-up here. In this ball game, you can see Plummer wanted to go down the field, but there were safeties deep, and because of that, he held the ball and the rush arrived.
First sack of the game for USC, 2nd and 15 at the 42. Garindo. And a flag on the play.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense, number 13. That 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run, and it carries an automatic first down.
Here's the end of that play. There's Mason Cobb. Went up, grabs the face mask, and that sack negated. And it's a new set of downs for Louisville.
So from the 20, interesting formation here. Partner, what's this?
Well, we got a lot of things. You got offensive lineman over here to the left. Now you got a fullback, tight end in front of the quarterback. And now they got a little bit of a jet sweep look. Doesn't go much, what, about 5 or 6 here.
Chris Bell running it. A 6-yard gain, as you mentioned.
Trying to out-leverage the defense and just get them confused is something that the Trojans have struggled with during the course of the year is lining up to formations, and Jeff Brom has seen that on film, and so he throws a huge wrinkle out there and tries to get on the edge and gets 6 yards.
2nd and 4 at the 14. Garindo. Three-yard gain. Kobe Pepe defensively.
I would think that this is 4-down territory here, just with the way that the game is going. Not that you're going to be like panicked for points if you're Brom, but you've got to be confident that they feel like they can pick this up with a couple of rushes. If they hand it to Garindo twice, they've got to feel like they can get 1 yard.
3rd and a yard at the 11. Garindo the pistol. Play fake. They dump it off. And I don't think they got it. Kuriski, the receiver, Jalen Smith, may have stopped him before he got there.
And Smith has made a couple of open field tackles tonight. This one on Kuriski, who runs it at about 235 pounds as he caught it out there in the flat. And now Jeff Brom having to make a decision. Again, I'm surprised they didn't go with Garindo. You hand it to him twice, you're likely going to get it. Now they've got about, what, 6 inches, partner?
Yep. And that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, USC 35, Louisville 21. Coming up, a big 4th down for Louisville. Back for the 4th quarter after this. The 2023 Holiday Bowl in San Diego is sponsored by DirecTV. What a game we've had. As you take a look at the scoring by quarters, 35-21 the score. USC on top of the Cardinals of Louisville. ACC versus the Pac-12, soon to be the Big Ten for USC. But this Louisville team knocking on the door.
They got a 4th down right here, and they need it. They need it badly. This is a huge play here. Got to get points. Got to convert right here.
They're 1 for 1 on 4th downs today. Garindo with a new career high of 151 yards. Quarterback sneak, and they'll get it. 1st down, Louisville.
And they have been tremendous running the football so far tonight. This one, just a sneak. So tough to stop this, in particular when you can get some help, and you see Garindo there pushing Plummer across the line to gain, and now they'll get a new set of downs, and Plummer will head to the sideline, and then we've got a new quarterback, and we've got this wrinkle again, Evan Conley in the game.
1st down and goal at the 10. He ran for a touchdown the last time he touched the ball, and he'll run it again, and he'll take a hard hit at the 6, but gains 4.
Romello Height came in with a big hit. He's a transfer from Auburn. Watch number 2 right there. Bam! Gave a big old hit to Evan Conley. And now Plummer will jog back onto the field. That's clearly a wrinkle for the run game, trying to run Conley, who's had a few rushes this year, 5th-year senior.
2nd down and goal at the 6-yard line. Garindo, no. They pull it out and dump it down. Caught, but not a big gain for Kariski. They'll give him 2.
And this is what happens when you've got a little bit of an injury. Remember, he's got a dislocated right pinky finger on that throwing hand, and you start to lose your touch, Gus, right? Because of that injury, because of the pain that you've got going on in that hand. I told you earlier, the tendency is to miss low. He's got Kariski open. If that ball's on his chest, he probably walks into the end zone, but it was low, and he headed down to the turf.
3rd down and goal at the 4. Garindo in at running back with Jack Plummer. And a timeout call. And Plummer is upset.
Trying to get his guys lined up, and remember, he's without his best target on the outside. Jamari Thrash opted out, not in this game, and so they've been trying to get other guys involved. And Jamari Johnson, the freshman, number 11, I don't think he was lined up properly, and Plummer was screaming to try to get him into the correct spot, and they had to burn a timeout. Now down to 1 here.
Did you yell at a lot of your teammates?
You know, in my mind, no. In their mind, yes.
That's like me and you.
Yeah, that's right. To me, it was constructive criticism.
That's it.
Oh, man.
With passion.
Yeah, with passion. That's right. With volume. But right here for Jeff Brom, again, we've already seen him go for 4th down on the last set of downs. I would be shocked if this is not 4-down territory here.
3rd down and goal at the 4. Garindo in motion. Plummer in trouble. Reverses. He's got to get rid of it. Incomplete. What a dangerous pass, and a flag has been thrown in the end zone.
Prior to the pass being thrown, holding on the defense, number 16. That penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal from the previous spot, and it carries an automatic 1st down.
That goes against Prophet Brown getting the start at corner, and you see that he's, I don't know about that. I got to tell you, that contact is generally, you've got to really pull on that jersey. It's not like the NFL. They're going to give you some contact, in particular around the goal line, and that gives Louisville a whole new set of downs. And Lincoln Riley is upset, and I agree with him. That's not a good call.
12th play of the drive, 1st and goal at the 2. He'll give it to Garindo, and he'll walk into the end zone. Isaac Garindo with the 2-yard touchdown run. He now has 3 touchdowns in this game.
And that run game continues to churn it out. And watch the edge player, okay? So this is Prophet Brown. He gets sucked in, and then he's nowhere to be found. You can't do that. When you're the edge player, you've got to set the edge, and nothing can go outside of your outside arm. And there, Prophet Brown sneaks down inside, and Guerrero walks into the end zone. That's a good series for Louisville. Boy, that's a good answer out of that run game, out of Guerrero.
Extra point is good. 12-play drive, 72 yards. Louisville, 6 minutes and 54 seconds, eating up the clock. And the Cardinals come right back. 35-28 our score. The DirecTV Holiday Bowl on Fox is sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 150 years. And by DirecTV, stop compromising. Start watching. Upgrade to DirecTV. Isaac Guerrero, what a night. 3 touchdowns. The only player in school history with 150-plus rushing yards and 3 scores in a bowl game.
Yeah, he's been tremendous today, and Isaac Guerrero got an opportunity here with Louisville, transferred from Wisconsin, and Jeff Brom did a great job in the transfer portal a year ago. He's doing another terrific job in the portal this year. In the current transfer portal rankings, Louisville is right now 3rd in the country in terms of their transfer class, so Guerrero, one of those guys.
So with that in mind, Miller Moss has been hot. He may have to score some more.
That's right. It might not be enough. As of right now, those first 2 were to Taj Washington. He did a great job getting open early in this game. A couple of really good throws. That one to Kyron Hudson. And then you've got the youngster Jacoby Lane showing up. And the touch pass to the corner of the end zone. You see Jacoby Lane there at 6'4". And then the other thing I've been impressed with number 7, Miller Moss, is he's kept his cool under pressure. He's 6 of 6 for 139 yards and a touchdown under pressure tonight. And so he's doing a nice job.
First down at the 25, and it's Austin Jones. Austin Jones just runs into a wall led by TJ Quinn. 1-yard gain.
Not a lot of room in that run game, has there? I mean, it's just officials will stop the game.
Only 26 yards rushing for USC. 26 yards rushing for Southern California.
That's wild. You know, Lincoln Riley. Now, granted, they didn't run it well against UCLA either in their last game 6 weeks ago. But with Lincoln Riley at OU, I always felt like they were a run-first team, you know, and one of the best rushing teams in the country.
Second down, 9 yards to go. At the 26. Jones gets through the hole. Nice pop. Jones gains 6.
It was a good, tough run right there, but now it becomes a game of third downs. And here's the play selection for USC. Only 12 runs for 32 yards, 28 throws for Miller Moss, 303 yards. He's been sensational throwing the ball. You'd expect him to go back to that right here on a third down. And again, Gus, what they've been good at is these little type picks and screen type routes to these talented wide receivers out of the slot.
They're 4 of 7 on third down conversions. Third down and 3 at the 32. Miller Moss off his back foot underneath. Caught. First down at the 40. It's Hudson. A gain of 7.
Hudson does a great job of getting inside the defender, and we've already seen Quincy Riley break on those short throws here tonight, and so it's incumbent on the wide receiver, and this time Hudson does a good job of it, of undercutting the defense and getting to that throw point first. Hudson does it, and it's a first down.
Moss, 21 of 29, 310 yards passing, 5 touchdown passes, and 1 interception. What a night. First down and 10 at the 39. Play fake, Moss, and he'll just dump it on the ground.
Those are smart little throwaways. We've seen that a couple of times, and that's one of the things that I was talking with Cliff Kingsbury before the game down on the field. Cliff is one of the analysts, offensive analysts for this USC team, has worked with the quarterbacks off the field, and he said to me, this guy is smart. Miller Moss knows what he's doing. He knows the offense inside out. The ball is going to go to the right spot.
Moss on second down with time. Dancing around, lets it go. Incomplete. That one thrown to the sideline. Dorian Singer there. But Quincy Riley, who already has an interception in this game, breaks that one up.
Riley's been terrific so far, and now this 3rd and long. This is a big down right here after Louisville had gone down the field and scored, and that run game is just churning up yardage. This Trojans offense has got to stay on the field, and you've got to protect the passer here. This rush has been good all year. It needs to show up here for the Cardinals.
3rd and 10 at the 39. Moss under pressure. And it's caught for a first down by guess who? Taj Washington. And look at the yards after the catch. He gains 18 on 3rd and 10, first down SC.
How about this fadeaway throw from Miller Moss? Watch as he's backpedaling, and he knows he's not protected, so he's got to gain some ground and then just give his wide receiver a chance. And Taj Washington wins. Again, that's the intelligence of Miller Moss, knowing the system. There is huge reward in staying in a system, being behind somebody, and learning it so you can know where to go with the ball.
First down and 10 at the 44. Moss on the play fake, sprints out, goes deep. He's got his man. Caught. Touchdown, SC. Deuce Robinson. That's 6 touchdown passes for this young man, Miller Moss. Unreal.
This was his best throw of the night to Deuce Robinson. Deuce is going to fake like he's going across the field. Then he stems up and gets right down the middle of the field. And look, he doesn't even have to break stride. It's a bit of a half roll, and look at the pressure he's under. He takes a hit in the pocket from Lole, number 90, and throws an absolute dime down the field for another touchdown. What a play.
Cody Kessler threw 7 touchdown passes against Colorado in 2014. The only performance better than Moss's 6 tonight. And he's got plenty of time to maybe tie that record and maybe even pass it. Miller Moss, what an evening. 42-28.
Pacific Life Game Summary, sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 150 years. Well, Quincy Riley had this pick for Louisville. That set up a score for Isaac Garendo, and USC's lead was cut down to 7, but they would answer. Miller Moss back of the end zone to Jacoby Lane. Cardinal would answer. It's Garendo again, but then Miller Moss under pressure throws this beautiful ball down the field to Deuce Robinson, and that's where we stand. 42-28, Trojans leading Louisville here in the 4th.
And here come the Cardinals. Returning it is Kevin Coleman. And just looking at Miller Moss and what he's done, I feel like I'm listening to Eminem.
Why is that?
You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. First career start. 6 touchdown passes. He couldn't have dreamt this.
No, well, I mean, of course you dream it, but it's just, it doesn't feel like it's going to be reality. There were a lot of people around this program that were really excited to see what Miller Moss could do. And it's because they've seen this in practice, his accuracy, his acumen. You know, Gus, there's a lot to be said for a guy that knows the system, that can come out here and then run the system. And that's what you're seeing.
First down and 10 at the 31. Plummer playing with that dislocated finger, looks backside, has his man, Garendo. And Garendo with a nice gain, tackled by Mason Cobb. And it makes you think about Miller Moss. Everybody was saying that SC could hit the transfer portal and look for a quarterback. They may not need one after a game like this. What do you think?
You know, the transfer portal for college football fans is like a shiny new object, you know, and everybody thinks that everybody is an upgrade in the portal. But that's not always the case. case in point, if Miller Moss was in the portal, every other fan base would be like, oh, look at this highly recruited guy who's in the portal. But because he's an incumbent and he was a backup, those around USC are like, well, I don't know. Let's see what Miller Moss has got. So the transfer portal acts as like the beer goggles of college football. Everybody looks better in the portal, when in reality, guys are sitting right in front of you that have developed, that have been in the program, that have the relationships, that have the acumen with the offense, that can go out there and play, and he's proving that tonight.
They may be able to save the money.
or maybe not.
Oh, yeah. Miller.
He walks in and he says, show me my money.
Show me my money. Second down and 1 at the 45. My, have things changed, folks.
Crazy.
Here's a handoff. Turner. Another good run. Right up the gut this time. And it's a 10-yard gain.
This Louisville team just continues to dominate on the ground, and this USC team has got to get bigger up front. They're just way too light on that defensive line.
First down.
Look at that line of scrimmage move.
Turner again.
You see that push that they're getting? I know it's a four-yard run. It doesn't look like much, but that entire offensive line is doing a great job. I got to give a lot of credit to Brian Hudson, number 61 up front. This guy was the Jacobs Trophy winner as the lineman blocker of the year in the ACC. That's voted on by your peers, other defensive linemen and coaches. This guy has gotten it done. And he hasn't even practiced a ton this year. He's been banged up, hasn't practiced on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. He's gone out there and played really well.
2nd and 7 at the 32. Plummer rolling, setting. Now starts to run again, dumps it off over the middle, and it's a first down. Chris Bell. Jack Plummer improvising.
And Plummer has played so hard tonight. Got that throwing hand banged up. I mean, this guy has been efficient as well. I know he hasn't thrown for the volume, but 16 of 20 so far here tonight. He's run it a few times. He's run it, 7 times? If you include the sacks, he's been under pressure, just continues to play hard. This is his 39th start. A guy that's been in 3 different programs, trying to end his career in college football the right way.
First down at the 20. Plummer to the sideline. Turner. And Turner gets to the 14. After gaining 5, Max Williams with the tackle. Clock starting to run now. 6:28 counting.
And that's what USC has done a decent job of on defense. Now, are they stopping them? No. But they're making them drive the field. These are not explosive touchdowns that get them right back in the game. They're making them chew up some clock, earn their way down the field, which is what you need to do with a lead.
2nd and 5 at the 15. And nowhere to go. That's because the Bear was there. Bear Alexander. The Georgia transfer lost him too.
And Bear right here at nose tackle. This is one of the first times we've called his name, but look at the explosiveness. He pushes Brian Hudson right back into the backfield, separates, gets off the block, and makes the play. That's an excellent play from Bear.
3rd down and 7. At the 17. Plummer's got to let this one fly. Plummer. Near side. Gorindo. Not much. That's because Prophet Brown saw it coming.
And Prophet Brown is getting a chance tonight. And has he made some mistakes? Yes, in contain. But that was an excellent open field tackle out there against Isaac Gorindo. And it forces a 4th down, and now Louisville's going to have to go for it. And Jeff Brom is going to have to expose his quarterback. Plummer's going to be back there. This pass rush needs to get home here on 4th.
4th down and 6 at the 16. They need to go to the 10 for a first down. Plummer. Over the middle. Caught. But not enough for the first. USC holds. Jaden Thompson couldn't keep his footing. And Louisville turns it over on downs. turned out to be a record-setting evening for this young man, Miller Moss. 6 touchdown passes, 1st and 10 at the 12, and it's Jones running. This is what we're talking about, partner.
Well, 6 touchdowns tonight throwing the football. That's a DirecTV Holiday Bowl game record, USC Bowl game record. It ties the Pac-12 Bowl game record, and he's just one away. If he were to somehow, if they can drive down and he throws another touchdown, he would tie the all-time college football bowl game record of 7. 2 guys have thrown 7. Cooper Rush did it in the Bahamas Bowl back in 2014, and then Joe Burrow, of course, with LSU, did it in the Peach Bowl. That was a CFP semifinal. Some serious rarefied air here.
2nd down and 9. Here's the run. Austin Jones still on the move. And Austin Jones with a huge gain of 35. 1st down SC.
Well, the run game was really nowhere to be found for the bulk of this game, but right here, Austin Jones finally on this bread and butter play, that GT play, pull the guard, pull the tackle around. That's what they love to run at USC, and Jones finds the hole, and he has a big run there up near the 50-yard line.
8 carries, 52 yards for Jones. 1st down and 10 at the 48. 3:26 and counting. Louisville with only 1 timeout left. Jones again. And he'll get to the line of scrimmage.
And really no reason to throw the ball anymore. What you want here is you got the ability to really drain this down, get Louisville to take a timeout. You're up 2 scores, got a huge lead. The last thing you would want to do is either put this ball on the ground or throw a pick. Lincoln Riley knows that. And hey, listen, we'd all love to see a 7-touchdown night from a quarterback, but the bottom line is you got to go win the game. And so from here on out, you've got to see a steady dose here of Austin Jones.
2nd and 10. Jones again, and he's caught before he even gets to the line of scrimmage. Well done. This time, it's Stanquan Clark, freshman from Miami. And Louisville uses their final timeout of the game. 2:26 to go in the 4th. SC with a 42-28 lead. The DirecTV Holiday Bowl on Fox is sponsored by Edward Jones. Life is for living. Let's partner through all of it. As you take a look at the Holiday Bowl trophy throughout the years given to the winning team, there it is, all queued up right now. 42-28. USC wants to get their hands on that thing. Miller Moss facing a 3rd down and 11 at the 47. Do you throw it here?
No, I don't think that you do. There's no reason here. If anything, this is kind of like that quarterback zone read.
Moss hands it off. Jones makes a man miss, dives forward, but will be short of the 1st down.
Now here's where, if I was Lincoln Riley, I would let this go all the way down and take a timeout and think about ending this with the offense on the field, right?
It'll be 4th down and 2.
But in a 2-possession game, it's not like you're giving them the ball back right away with a chance to tie the score. He's going to wind it down, and it looks like he'll even call a play. Yeah, he's going to call a timeout here as we get down to 1 on this play clock.
1:39 to go. SC with 1 timeout left. Sunday, the race for the NFL postseason is on Fox as Matthew Stafford and the Rams continue their push for the playoffs against the Giants, or the Seahawks try to keep their hopes alive as they host the Steelers. Check for the game in your area, only on Fox. I have to get this in before the game is over. Michigan, Alabama, Texas, Washington. Who do you like?
Oh, man.
And who do you like to win it?
I tell you, this playoff could be epic. I really do think that. That Rose Bowl is going to be phenomenal. After seeing what Michigan did against Iowa and the fact that their offensive line struggled, I'm going to go with Bama in a tight game over Michigan. And I think Washington's ability to throw the ball against that Texas defense is going to ultimately win the game. Michael Penix, they just seem to be kind of Destiny's team here as USC will punt it away. I've got Bama, Washington in the final, and I think Washington wins the national championship. What do you like?
I think Michigan wins the national championship.
I'm sure.
And my whole family in Detroit
That's right.
said, you better have said that.
That's exactly right.
But in all seriousness, for some reason, I like Texas.
In that game,
I like Texas to win it. They've beaten Alabama this year, and I like Texas against Washington.
It's so fascinating because Texas's worst matchup is against Washington. That's going to be a phenomenal game, you know. And so I will say this, I think any of the four could win the national championship, which makes this a really fun college football playoff. But, you know, as we kind of refocus here, I do want to give credit to Lincoln Riley. Think about this, Gus. 6 weeks have gone by since their loss to UCLA. This is a team that doesn't even resemble that team. They've got 24 guys that either opted out or have left in the transfer portal. So this is a one-game season with a team that basically doesn't exist because it's going to look different next year. It's not the same team that just played this regular season, and it's not the same team that will go into the Big Ten next year. And so in USC's last game as a member of the Pac-12, they came out here in a one-game season and played really well.
First down and 10 at the 13. Plummer. Over the middle, caught, and a loose ball. SC says they have it on the turnover, and they do.
That was Anthony Beavers, came in and slugged that ball out. It was like a right hook right to the football. Watch Beavers, number 15. He sees the ball and boom, slugs it right out of the hands of Jaden Thompson. And there's the recovery from Mason Cobb. And the Trojans are going to win the DirecTV Holiday Bowl.
No timeouts for Louisville. Caleb Williams. A happy camper.
Now, what a night for this program. What a night for Miller Moss. These young players. Got to see these guys. Makai Lemon, a couple of big catches. Jacoby Lane, Gus, a couple of beautiful touchdown catches. Elijah Page, the freshman left tackle, did really well. But also the older guys, the veterans. Taj Washington. What a night for Taj Washington in his last college football game.
But the story of this game and the most valuable player of this game, that man, Miller Moss. 6 touchdown passes for Moss tonight, and he's thrown for 372 yards, an interception on 23 of 33 passing.
What a night. Whew. I'll tell you what.
In his first career start. How about that?
And that's why Lincoln Riley didn't run to the transfer portal right away. So much narrative and speculation about why they didn't go out and get a quarterback already. Well, this is why. He wanted to give number 7 a chance. Good thing he did, because that might be your quarterback next year for the USC Trojans.
He deserves a shot after this performance. Takes a knee, and that should do it. USC will end the season 8-5. Louisville 10-4. Miller Moss being swarmed by his teammates. Lincoln Riley, Coach Brom, shake hands. What a day. Caleb Williams congratulating his backup, who could be the starter next year. And he'll keep that game ball. That one's going to go in a special place, and he'll be looking at that one for the rest of his life. Jack Plummer dislocated his finger, gutted it out, but in the end, it's Southern California 42, Louisville 28. Taj Washington, 7 catches, 99 yards, 2 touchdowns on 7 targets. He's declaring himself for the NFL next year. I mean, at the end of this year for next year, but decided to play in this game, and boy, did he show out. For Louisville, Isaac Guerrero, a career high 161 rushing yards and 3 scores. Let's go downstairs to Jenny.
Taj, can I steal you? Oh, and we got another one coming over. I'm going to start with Taj Miller. Congratulations to you as well. Taj, 2 touchdowns tonight. The connection between you two was really special. You said you came back to play in this game for a reason. You love this program. How would you describe the joy of this win for you guys?
This was huge. This was a culmination of all the work we put in these last 5 weeks through everything, through all the adversity we face, and tonight we just able to show everybody the work we've been putting in.
Can we talk about your quarterback tonight? Because I know you two are close. 6 touchdown performance for the guy, and you know that's a record, a bowl game record for USC and a Holiday Bowl record. How impressed were you with your guy?
Hey, I'm very impressed, but I done seen it. Like I've seen it every day, and I'm so glad everybody else got to see it today, and I'm very proud of this guy.
I have a feeling that many are very proud of this guy. Miller, I know that you dreamed about this moment, and your family is here watching, and you've put in the work. How would you describe what it means?
I mean, I can't really describe it. I'm trying to pinch myself right now, but I'm just really, really happy for this team. The work we put in the last 6 weeks, the way we came together. I'm really, really happy with how we finished it. We finished on a good note after all the adversity this year. Really proud of these guys.
There was such a quiet confidence when we spoke to Lincoln Riley about you and how hard you've worked to be in this position. What did your performance say about you leading this team in the future and this quarterback situation?
Yeah, I don't think it's as much about me as it is about the team. The emphasis was really come together as a team. No ego, no individual. It's all about us as a team bonding together, and that's what we're going to focus on going forward.
All right, and Taj, last thing. I know both of you guys were captains tonight. It meant a lot to lead this group. Describe what this team went through to get to this place and end on a good note.
Man, just every day, even on the off days, we put it together. We came together and really fellowship. Like, this team grew like no other team I've been a part of in these last couple of weeks. Everybody been through tough times at this moment, and everybody stepped up when their numbers were called. So I'm proud of them.
Congratulations. Enjoy it, Taj Miller. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Jenny, thank you very much. SC, all smiles after this one. 42-28, the final. We will have more coverage, including the trophy presentation, after this break.